Today we see all the stories in the papers in reference to the Savile inquiry and about what's going to come out of it. For years, and I mean years, we have listened to a one-sided story about all these innocent people. Perhaps there were innocent people, I don't know. But I still believe the IRA were on the streets of Londonderry that day. And if the soldiers opened fired, they opened fired on armed individuals. And perhaps they didn't hit their targets, which can happen quite often, especially in a situation where there's gunfire coming down at you. It's very easy for people to say they shot the wrong fellow, but I wonder if many of them have actually been shot at while they're trying to return fire. With that all said and done, they have got their justice now. They have got their hundreds, and now, funny, the figure's going backwards on how much it has cost. It is now coming down. That is to appease the people in the mainland, that their money hasn't been wasted. Hundreds of millions haven't been wasted on an inquiry, which at the end of the day will not appease these families in Londonderry. It probably will appease some of them, but the ones who've got a Republican agenda, it will not appease, because the Republicans want to continually drive this into the faces of the unionist stroke British community, and especially at the British state, where we're not going to stand idly by. And I'm sending this message now to you, Mr. McGuinness. I served a writ on you not that long ago. We haven't followed it up, but I can assure you this. If there is prosecutions taken against these soldiers, we will be looking the half of Stormont arrested, starting with you, and brought to justice. We see here, and this here, Queen pardons IRA man. Queen pardons terrorist. That has went on to let you out of the jails, to give you your freedom. They're giving you pardons, but no, you aren't happy with that. You want a witch hunt against the soldiers who came into this country at your invite, because you knew the B-men would have put you down, that your rising wouldn't have lasted as long if the B-men and the RUC had been left alone. And then whenever you did get them in, you turned on them. You fed them glass in their sandwiches, you put rat poison in their tea. And now you're calling for prosecutions of them. You've got your justice. Nobody in the unionist community has got a penny spent on them. Not one inquiry has been held into the gun running that went on with the IRA, the training camps that the Irish government set up across the border to train people from Londonderry to come across to learn them how to be snipers, to shoot at soldiers and policemen and people from the unionist community. People like ourselves will say enough is enough. We now want Marty McGuinness and these people back into the dock. We want them prosecuted for their war crimes. But I would say this to David Cameron, and as a matter of fact I would plead with Mr Cameron not to start prosecutions against them soldiers. If the Queen can pardon terrorists, why can no pardon be given to the soldiers who have spent from that day in their life, they have had nothing but harassment, reference the Bloody Sunday inquiries. They've paid a big enough price, especially when they didn't ask to be there. They were put there and they were requested by the nationalist community in the first place. So if you're going to have this witch hunt for British soldiers, we want our justice. We want our inquiries. These men were brave enough to put a uniform on and put themselves out onto the street as a target. And whenever they tried to defend themselves, they were criticised. It's like every other story I know where the army had to return fire and shot IRA men, the poor IRA men. They've had 300 million spent on them. What more do you want? Is it about revenge, or is it about justice, or is it about closure? You have told us while this was going on, all you want to know was the truth. But it's quite obvious, your truth is a Republican truth, which is nowhere near the truth. I'll say that again. Is your truth the truth that you're looking, or is it the Republican truth that you're looking? Which is all it is about, is lambasting the British state and the British Army. Well, I'll remember you, when you're doing that, you're lambasting the majority of the Protestant, Unionist, Loyalist community, and we're not going to stand back and let you do it. I have lost as many family and friends in the Troubles as what was lost on Bloody Sunday. Not one penny was spent on our family. So you should be thankful you've got your inquiry. Well, if that's the road you want to continue down, well then let's go down it. But I can assure you, you ain't going down this road on your own this time, because we are going after the Butcher, the Bogside, and the Slab Murphys and the rest of them. That I promise you.